employee in a year does more than 40 improvements. 40. That means 1,000 people are there, means 40,000 improvements. 10,000.
These improvements are with respect to a job or apart from the job?
Regular job is going on. Then they come up with idea. Oh, I have to do this way, productivity will improve. I have to do this way, quality will improve. I have to do this way, safety will improve. I have to do this way, my back pain and other things, bending will reduce. Do improvement after improvement. They never stop doing improvement. This is the Japanese miracle. When I visited Toyota plant in Japan, they openly show the factory. Do you know, very interesting thing, if you go to Japan, you can visit Toyota factory, you don't need anybody's permission. Okay? In India, you can't visit factories. But in Japan, if you want to go with family to Toyota factory, you have to just book in their website in advance, and they will take you in the company bus. Then there will be one guide who will show you the entire factory. Take a tour, show various practices, and drop you back, free of cost. And every year, they show their factory more than 2 lakh visitors. So many visitors, they are showing the factory. Then one question arises, if all people go there and look at the kaizens that they have done, so many improvements they have done, they may copy their kaizen, they may copy their improvements. Oh, you did this improvement, shall we copy that improvement and implement in our company? When it is asked to Toyota people, your competitors will come and copy your improvements, what will happen? Toyota people replied, they can copy our improvements, but they can't copy our improvement culture. Because improvement is deep rooted in the culture of Toyota. Now this has made significant change in the Japan. Professor Ishikawa is my guru's guru. I am student of Professor Kume. Professor Ishikawa started this movement of QC circles and Kaizen in Japan. And he started teaching in radio. And when he started teaching in radio, entire nationwide, it became a momentum. And what is the formula of momentum? Physics formula of momentum. All our common students. Yes? Mass into velocity. Suresh sir can correct if I am wrong. So, mass into velocity. Mass means what? Mass means more number of people. Only if 10 people do improvement, mass is small. If 1,000 people do improvement, mass is large. Now, if you want to bring big improvement or breakthrough improvement, the strategy adopted by Japanese is using of mass movement. Improvement became mass movement in Japan, and more than 10 lakh QC circles started in 1960s when Japanese understood that the strength is manpower and they have to utilize the talent of the people. Because Japan was not having any other resource. The abundant resource that time available in Japan was only and only manpower. The same situation we have in India today. We have a lot of manpower. But what Japanese did is, they skilled those manpower, use them to do a lot of improvements, and that has transformed. And that's why it is important for us to adopt this Japanese strategy, how we can bring the improvement mindset and skill set so that when they go back to industry, they do many kaizens and company can improve it. This is one strategy. Another thing is, these are small improvements. These kaizens are small improvements in many numbers. But it is also important for the company to bring breakthrough improvement is big improvement projects. That means structured problem solving or big improvement projects. These improvement projects are done by both Japanese industry and American industry. American industry is not very successful in bringing Kaizen culture. Even today, Americans are not able to bring operators' involvement in the company. They are not able to do so many Kaizens, operator involvement, whereas Japanese could do. And I can tell you, several Indian companies adopted these Japanese practices. To name few, one of my clients' companies, Sundaram Clayton, TVS Group, or Mahindra Farm Sector, Tractor Division, they have highest market capital in or market share in tractor industry in India for last 35 years. And Mahindra being Indian company, about, if you say the entire worldwide number of tractor bikes, they are selling highest number of tractors globally, Indian company. Not in terms of revenue, but in terms of numbers, highest number of factors. How such kind of change Mahindra could do? They adopted Japanese practices. Doing Kaizen. In Mahindra they do 12 to 20 Kaizens per employee per year, which is very big number of Kaizens. And vision. I still remember Mahindra took over Swaraj division. I will share some of the experiences that I have. Maybe it is of some use. When I went to Swaraj and asked people, they said, Swaraj was like a government company, Punjab Tractors. It was making big losses. They were not in good shape. And that time Mahindra acquired that company. Now the company is doing extremely well. In fact, in the next 3 years, company won the Deming Prize after Mahindra acquiring that company. What kind of strategy they used to transform the company, such a big company, and convert the loss-making company to highly profitable company. Not only profitable than other units of Mahindra and Mahindra. Such kind of transformation happened. They adopted these Japanese practices, and one thing they said is, the vision is 3-2-3. They said triple the sales, double the sales, triple the profit in 3 years. 3-2-3. Okay, so triple the profit, double the sales in 3 years. Now you ask anybody, they say, I am doing this project. Why are you doing this project? Because I want to increase my company's sales. I want to improve quality so that the cost comes down, rejection comes down. Everybody is able to do number of projects. Now, improvement projects is one of the important things that the candidates must be able to do, and that can help really to bring mass and velocity, speed with direction. And mass is going in right direction, good speed can really bring this kind of breakthrough in the company, which the common strategy which can be adopted in any place, whether it's a village, whether it's a temple, whether it is a school or college, involve everybody, take improvement projects, do small improvements. This is something and have common purpose or common vision. That is very important. So, as a company or a business, they look for market share, profit, and operations level goals and process level goals are there. Goals will move from top to bottom, but benefits and improvements will move from bottom to top. At bottom level, many improvements are done, and at top level, they find a lot of benefits to the industry. This is what people are able to do. Okay, the fundamental difference in Japanese approach and American approach. Okay, what is the first priority for any company? You have profitability, you have cost, you have quality, you have employee satisfaction, you have customer satisfaction. There are so many things the company has to do. What is the first priority of the company? Yeah? Employees. Employees is first priority. Then, or profit is first priority. Many school teachers that first priority of the company should be profit. If you don't have profit, you can't survive. This is the common teachings in American management school. But Japanese don't teach that. So Japanese teach differently. Americans say that the goal of the company is profitability. That is most important. And our shareholders should earn more money by investing in the share of the company, and they should get benefited. Then only we are there. So they work only for that goal. And when the goal is not achieved, they throw of the employees. And you have seen many American companies sacking the employees. You heard it in news, right? Yes or no? Yes. Have you heard Toyota sack people? Even in the economic crisis? Never. Never. You will not hear this from Japanese companies. There is a difference in the strategy. They say that first and foremost important thing for the company is customer. They say customer is at most important. First priority is customer. Because company gets profit or whatever they want to achieve, customer is paying. Who is paying? The salaries of the people in the company. They think company is paying. If I am working for Mahindra or Tata or Bosch, they think Mahindra is paying me or Bosch is paying me. But actually customer is paying the salary. Because salary is coming from the customer's pocket to the company and company is paying. So they make people understand that customer is most important. The first priority. So this is the revolution in the thought process developed by Professor Karao Ishikawa. And he said next process is customer. And my Guru in Ramanathan puts it in a different way. He says, forever serving the needs of the customer itself should be the first priority of the company, and forever serving the needs of the patient should be the first priority of hospital. If hospital runs like a corporate and wants to make big profit, then what hospital will do? First priority is to make sure that you advise patient to do many unwanted tests so that we earn more profit. But that shouldn't be the first priority of the hospital. First priority of the hospital should be what is best for the patient, not what is best for hospital. Similarly, if we put first priority for the students is serving the needs of the students, that is the first priority for institutions. And first priority for any kind of NGO, the beneficiaries, chosen beneficiaries should get benefit. Our first priority for the government, the citizens should be the first priority. And if we have and put that as the first priority, then what will happen? The way we work will change. I am into training and consulting. My priority should never be how much profit I make. My priority should be how much profit my client gets from my training and consulting and projects. That should be my priority, not just preaching. So it is, if we do that, automatically everything will come true. Because if you put such a kind of a priority, hardly you have competition. Because there are many people chasing only profitability, and there are less people who are genuinely concerned about customer and trying to do best for the customer. Such people are less. And if you belong to that category, do you think you will have competition? You will never have competition. So that is the priority Japanese chosen, which is a strategy they adopted. Now, some of the comparisons of American business and Japanese business, shareholder and customer I told. First priority, quality they have given, customer they have given as a priority. There is a difference between cost cutting and reducing wastage. What do you mean by cost cutting? Take a scissor and cut the cost. Right? Oh, why the fan is running? Oh, let us cut this cost. Or why this is going and cut? That is cost cutting. Japanese don't believe in the cost cutting. Right? They don't sack employees, they don't try to cut the cost. Then what Japanese do? They work on waste reduction, non-value added activity reduction. I'll touch upon this as we move on. Can you guess how much percentage of non-value added activities may be there in the industry or in the institution? How much percentage may be non-value added? 30%? 60%? Yes, please. Any guess? Any guess? Non-value added, which is of no use. There is a technique called value stream mapping. You can make a note of it, Google it, you will get a lot of information. We are doing a lot of work on implementation of this. Value stream mapping. It's a technique. Now, when we go to industry, we need such techniques, and we don't get it in institutions. That's why we have to develop those skill sets when we go to companies. When we apply value stream mapping, we are able to evaluate exactly how much non-valued activity is there. To our surprise, when we did it for many companies, and many companies did their own also, and it is more than 95% non-valued. Non-valued, more than 95%. It is very difficult to believe. In the companies. In government and institutions, it is more. In the service sector, it is 99%. Now, for this, if you want to understand, you need different organs, different eyes, different spectacles to see that non-value-added activities. So what Japanese do? They start seeing non-value-added activities. Japanese professor Shingo, once he was buying bananas, and he started thinking, banana has a skin. I am eating only banana. Skin is required to protect the fruit. If any thickness of the skin of the banana is more than required for protecting the banana, that is waste. How can we grow the banana with only that much thickness of the skin? We should only protect it. Otherwise, it is waste for me. See, they are able to think. You know Japanese watermelon? Japanese watermelon they are in cubical shape. They are in cubical shape because when it is in cubical shape, when you put it in the refrigerator, it correctly fits and it won't waste the space. And when you transport, it's very easy. When you these watermelons, there is no space in between. The space wastage is not there. Can you imagine this as a waste? We think watermelon should be in round shape and there should be gap and it is perfect. But Japanese have eye to see non-value-added activity even in natural things and man-made things. So many NVAs they are able to identify. I'll touch upon this later on. And they relentlessly work on reducing these non-valued activities. Then profitability is there. So what makes them more profitable is reducing non-valued activities. Not just cutting the cost or employee cost.